What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my main event breakdown and prediction for UFC Vegas 73. We got Mackenzie Dern going against Angela Hill.
I need all the wins, yeah. All that and all that is. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
And we are back breaking down another main event. This week we got Mackenzie Dern versus Angela Hill, 5 rounds. A fight that we were supposed to watch on the UFC Charlotte card. And they thought it would be a phenomenal idea to, hey, let's take this fight off the Charlotte card and let's make it a main event, 5 rounds. I'm actually looking forward to this fight. Am I looking forward to it as a main event? Not particularly, but I think it is going to be a fight that I'm interested in watching. I think the 5 rounds doesn't really change my feelings on the fight, but yeah, curious to see how it plays out. Before we get into it, if you guys can please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, that is much appreciated as always. But yeah, I guess we'll start with Mackenzie Dern here, who's 30 years old, 5'4", with a 63-inch reach, 12-3, and 3-2 in her last 5 fights. Angela Hill, she's 38 years old, 64.5-inch reach, 15-12, and 2-3 in her last 5 fights. We'll take a look at the odds, and I don't think there's much of a difference between last week or this week in terms of the line. I don't think it moved much. It's Mackenzie Dern sitting around minus 185, and then Angela Hill, she is sitting at plus 160 right now. So yeah, so the 3-round fight for UFC Charlotte, I was picking Mackenzie Dern to win the fight, and I was actually picking her to win by submission. And like I said, I don't think the 5 rounds changes much of my thoughts on this fight, really, if anything at all. If anything, though, I think it probably does help out Mackenzie Dern just because she's going to have an extra 10 minutes to find a way to get this fight down to the mat. If you guys have been watching my content for a while now, you probably know that I'm not the biggest Mackenzie Dern truther. I've tended to crap on her a lot, pick against her a lot, make fun of her takedown accuracy. I've been known to do a lot of that. Nowadays, she's coming around to me a little bit. I'm starting to like her a little bit more. I'm starting to pick her more, and now she starts losing. So that sucks. But no, she's starting to make some improvements. She's only 30 years old. She's going to be 8 years younger here. Angela Hill, she's 38 years old at strawweight. I don't like to see that. But yeah, Mackenzie Dern, her striking is just looking much, much better. Is it the best? No, it's not. Is it great striking? No, it's not. But it's looking a lot better than it has in the past. Mackenzie Dern's a fighter who knows she's not the best striker in the world, but what she does is she goes out there, she marches forward, and she lands at big shots. She has zero fear of anything coming back to her, and that's absolutely going to be the case here against Angela Hill, who just has no power. So Mackenzie Dern is going to be content with walking in on shots to land her own and land bigger, harder shots than Angela Hill. But yeah, I mean, the better striker here is Angela Hill, and that's not debatable at all. And in theory, Angela Hill has great takedown defense. I think it's sitting now around 70-some%. Mackenzie Dern has terrible takedown accuracy. Mackenzie Dern's going to be at a striking disadvantage. Yeah, in theory, Angela Hill should be able to stuff the takedowns, keep it on the feet, and outpoint Dern across 25 minutes. I don't think it's going to be that easy, though. Mackenzie Dern, her wrestling's still not good at all, but she's getting a little bit better. She's making a little bit improvements. Like her takedown accuracy went from 6% to now it is 11%. So there you go, right? She's making improvements with that wrestling. And honestly, one takedown could be the fight. Like Dern's grappling is some of the best, if not the best grappling in the division. Her grappling's incredible. And all it probably takes here is one takedown. It wasn't too long ago, a couple years ago, when Randall Marcos took down Angela Hill, subbed her in the first round, right? Angela Hill shown improved submission defense and improved submission game, improved takedown defense, but if Mackenzie Dern gets on top of you, doesn't matter who you are, you're going to have some trouble. So Mackenzie Dern's going to have 25 minutes to get a takedown. And I think she does. I think she eventually gets a takedown here, and when she does, I think she's going to submit Angela Hill in this fight, but this price tag, laying minus 185 on Mackenzie Dern, somebody who can't really wrestle, it's not really something you want to do, but in terms of picking a winner, yeah, I like Dern here. And if she's made improvements since her last fight, maybe the striking does look even better. Her wrestling looks even better. Yeah, she should be able to win this fight against a much older strawweight in Angela Hill, who's now 38. So I'm going to take Dern here to get this fight down to the mat, and really it could be in any round. It could be in the first round. It could be in the 5th round. It's just at some point in this fight, I see Mackenzie Dern taking down Angela Hill, and once she does get on top of Angela Hill, I think it's going to be a wrap. Like, Angela Hill, she has a lot of losses in her career, a lot of decision losses, but when she is getting finished, it is by submission. 2 submission losses in the career of Angela Hill. Last one was the Randa Marcos fight, which again was not a good look, and that fight was a couple years ago, but still not a good look nonetheless. Mackenzie Dern has finished over half her wins by submission. So yeah, I see Mackenzie Dern going out there and getting a sub in this one. But yeah, I'm not touching the money line of Mackenzie Dern. If I was to play Mackenzie Dern here, it would have to be like a submission prop, because if this fight does go the full 25 minutes, in theory, Hill probably should win it. Because if this fight goes the full 25 minutes, it probably means that this fight didn't touch the mat. And I guess Dern can get a takedown and win a round or two. But I just think if Dern does get that takedown, she is going to finish the fight. So if this fight does go the distance, Hill probably wins a decision if the judges don't rob her. Because we got to remember, the judges hate Angela Hill. And she does get very bad decisions going against her quite a bit. And Dern is going to be landing the bigger shots. But no, it should be Angela Hill being the much better striker, stick on the outside, and just picking apart Dern. But I do think Dern can get the fight down to the mat at least once. Like, if she shoots 10 takedowns, with an 11% accuracy, she's going to get one. And I think it only takes that one. But yeah, laying this much chalk on Mackenzie Dern is probably not the best idea in the world. And I'm assuming a lot of people are probably going to take the dog shot on Angela Hill. I just don't like the fact that she's 38. 38 years old for Angela Hill, 12 losses, and I think she's going to be at a big disadvantage when the fight hits the mat. So we'll see what happens there. In terms of like props or anything, like I said, Dern by sub could be something to look at, but I imagine they're going to be all over it. I imagine you'll get plus money, but probably not much plus money. I wouldn't really play the fight doesn't go to decision just due to the fact that Angela Hill has like no finishing upside in this matchup. I don't see her finishing a very tough Mackenzie Dern. Obviously, she's not subbing her as well. So if I was to play it, it would be some type of Mackenzie Dern prop. And if you do like Angela Hill, you probably play the decision prop, and you probably get good odds. Even like the split decision. Like if this fight goes to decision, it's probably a split decision. You know, so. That's how I would kind of attack it, but not a main event I'm really running to place any money on, especially from a money line. Like if I was forced to bet aside from a money line perspective, it's probably Angela Hill, just because I'm not laying minus 185 on Mackenzie Dern. Just does not sound like a good idea to me. So Mackenzie Dern by subs to pick. The play is probably going to be some type of Mackenzie Dern sub prop, as long as it's not like minus 110 or even plus 100. If I can get some good plus money on Dern sub, I'm going to take it, because I think that's her path to victory here, and she is a moderate favorite in this matchup. So, yep, gonna take Dern. I can't believe this is a main event, but it should be interesting. But yeah, I guess I'm glad to see Angela Hill get a main event. She deserves it. She's been in the UFC for a long time. She fights all the time. She deserves it, I suppose, but probably some better options in terms of a main event goes. But I'm looking forward to it personally, but I'm assuming a lot of people are going to crap on the main event, and I can't really blame anybody for doing that. But yeah, guys, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys can leave a like on your way out, subscribe to the channel on your way out as well. Be sure to check out dfsbythenumbers.com. I don't think this is the best card in terms of name value, but I think there's some solid betting spots that are really sticking out this week. I think there's some good violent spots sticking out this week as well. So I'll have some bets. I'll have quite a few bets on this card, I think, and quite a few violent spots as well. But yeah, best of luck for UFC Vegas 73. Should be an interesting card. Should be an interesting main event, and we'll talk to y'all very soon. See you later.